Hi everyone, I'm on set here shooting some Christmas content for HGTV, and we thought there was no time like the present to give you all some tips and tricks to wrap the perfect present this holiday season. Now, I know not everyone is obsessed with wrapping the perfect present, as yours truly is, but there are some easy ways to up your wrapping game and make for an easier and hopefully prettier holiday season. So my first tip is to set yourself up for success. Gather all of your wrapping supplies, your tape, your ribbon, your scissors, and your paper, your boxes, your bags, anything you could possibly need, and put them all in one place. Now, if you really want to up your game, having a wrapping cart like this that you can wheel out when it's time to wrap presents really makes a huge difference. But if you don't have something like this, you can use a storage bin, a basket, anything that allows you to corral all of your supplies in one place. Now, once you have all of your gear together, find yourself a nice big table. That's right, we're not wrapping presents on the floor anymore. It wrecks your back, the paper rolls away, it's a mess. So find a table. If you have one that you can set up for the whole season, great. If not, a fold-out table in the basement can work, your dining table can work, even a large desk like I have here works great. So once you have all of your supplies, your table at the ready, let's talk wrapping. All right, so we have our wrapping paper. Here's a little HGTV pro tip. We're using slap bracelets to keep our wrapping paper nice and rolled up. Do you guys remember these? The year 2000 is back and it's helping you stay organized. But really, this works great. It works so much better than using rubber band because it doesn't crimp the paper. And now you might be thinking, okay, great, you're telling me I should wrap a present at a table, but what's going to stop this wrapping paper from rolling away from me and unspooling, and then if you're me, my dogs from stepping on it? Well, that's where these come in. These are wrapping paper clamps. They're very inexpensive. We'll put a link to them down below. And these will truly level your gift wrapping up to pro level. All right, so there we go. I mean, now you look like a gift wrapper at a fancy department store. All right, so we're just gonna wrap your standard shirt box. And to cut your wrapping paper, you of course can use a good pair of sharp scissors. They will never fail you. Now, I do recommend, if you can, to keep a pair of dedicated scissors in your gift wrap station so that one, every time you need to wrap a present, they're there waiting for you and you don't have to go chase them down from your children or your husband or your roommate, but also it keeps them nice and sharp. Dull scissors are the #1 reason that your paper might snag and tear and not give you a nice clean line. But if you want to spend a little bit more, you can invest in a wrapping paper cutter. These are just a few dollars and they really do make it so simple. Are you ready? This is like my favorite part. It's so satisfying. Should I just like quit everything and do ASMR gift wrap cutting? Because that felt good. All right, so now it's time for the wrapping itself. You want to give yourself plenty of paper, but not too much. And we're going to grab some tape. Now, on the subject of tape, if you truly want a flawless finish, you can use double stick tape so that you don't have any tape showing. Now, I, a self-proclaimed gift wrap enthusiast, honestly, I just use regular old clear plastic tape. I just don't mind if people see a couple of pieces of tape exposed. So just know that I'm giving you permission to just use the regular tape. I also am giving you permission to use as much tape as you need to. No shade to those people out there who say it should only require 3 pieces of tape to wrap a present. But personally, I think that's giving people more pressure than they might need. All right, so I taped down one end. Now, one thing I do like to do to just make things look very crisp and very polished is to fold over my cut end so that you have a very clean, crisp line. That's particularly great if this is the end that you cut earlier and maybe your cutting skills were a little wonky. Flip over and tape that down. I also like to go around all of the edges and just burnish them with my fingers so you get nice, crisp edges. It's just very pleasing. All right, so now we're going to fold the ends in. There are two ways you can do this. You can push the top flap down, fold the inside in. That works great. Fold the bottom up. But I like to push the middle end and give yourself two little flaps to work with. And that way, if your paper didn't quite line up, no one has to know. Give yourself that nice, crisp fold at the top and at the bottom, and pop a piece of tape on. Perfect. Let's do the other end. This one's a little longer than the other side. Have no fear. Just grab your scissors. Give that a little trim. You also can just fold it under, which is fine. It just might be a little bulky. And just, I don't know, throw the paper over your shoulder. That's what I do. Ask my husband. Okay. Fold that. Grab your tape. And there we go. A pretty perfectly wrapped present. But how often do you get down to the last gift to wrap and you have the last scrap of wrapping paper? And bad news, no matter how you try it, the wrapping paper is not big enough. Well, all is not lost. As long as you have enough to center your box in the remnant of wrapping paper, you can get this gift box wrapped. So start by turning it on its side like a diamond, and then center roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get out your ruler, but center your box right there. Grab a little tape, and we're going to start by bringing two of our corners over, just like that. Now, this is where the magic really happens. We're going to, this does take a little practice, but the good news is it's very easy to hide your mistakes and start over. You're going to fold these little ends in and bring up this little tail of paper. And you want it, you can kind of see here, these vertical seams that line up right with the corners, right like that. And once you have that, just bring the tail over, grab a piece of tape, and look at that. I mean, that is like so crisp, so clean. Let's do the other side. So again, if you're kind of doing it by feel, you're just bringing those up until those folded pieces line up, and then boom. I actually think in some ways this is even easier than traditional wrapping, and it uses less paper, so you can get more gifts out of your roll. And I have to say, I love how neat and tidy the end looks there. All right, we've been talking a lot about wrapping. We haven't even talked about my actual favorite part, which is ribbon. I won't, and I don't, but I could spend a fortune on beautiful ribbon. It just delights me so much. I do save it and reuse it. I will admit I don't save and reuse wrapping paper, mostly because my children turn into the Tasmanian devil on Christmas morning and there's not much to save. But beautiful piece of ribbon you can stash and reuse over and over again. I'm going to show you a really easy way to tie a perfect ribbon in a way that allows your presents to sit completely flat. This is so great if you want to stack the presents up beautifully under the Christmas tree. It also just looks really nice and professional. So we're going to start. You got to follow me on this journey, okay? We're going to bring a ribbon around. Twist at the top, not underneath, how you might typically expect to. Bring this tail around. Tuck it under the twisted part of the ribbon. Are you guys with me? Give it a little tug, straighten up your ends, and now you're going to tie your bow. I recommend using a ribbon that is not really stiff. It has some flexibility in play. The satin ribbon is perfect for that. Boom. It's like magic. It's perfect every time. Look at that. The underneath is completely flat. Can make the perfect gift stack. So those are just a few of our pro gift wrapping tips from your pals here at HGTV, and I want to hear from you guys. What gift wrap challenges are you all facing this holiday season? Has anyone figured out how to successfully wrap a soccer ball? I want to hear in the comments down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more great holiday content just like this. We'll see you next time.